Yeah.
Okay. All right. When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When trans rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When student rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When student rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When queer rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When queer rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Thanks, folks, for joining us. We don't have a megaphone, so get used to this. Our first student has already gone in, Simone, to her disciplinary hearing. Do folks know why we're here today?
Yeah.
Okay, before I talk about the specific context, I just want to read a few words from a professor at Champlain College, Dr. Tomasi. Let's see what he has to say. As scientists and doctors, we have the ethical and moral responsibility to fight all intolerance and hatred. It is our duty to show the genocidal and racist natures of ideologies such as transgenderism, which undermine not only the science and humanity, but have their origin in racist and genocidal narratives. He later goes on to say that we need to bring hate groups, such as the LGB Alliance and other anti-trans groups, off of sort of hate group watch lists. That's Dr. Tomasi, okay? A number of brave students have been protesting Dr. Tomasi, especially on New Students' Day. And the administration is today deciding to hold a disciplinary meeting for their potential suspension or expulsion. Danny's our first speaker, so I'm going to stall a little longer. Today in this building, we've got 4 students who have a disciplinary hearing coming up. One at 11:30, one at 1 o'clock, all the way up until 3:30 p.m. So if folks, as long as they can stay today to show support, make sure the public understands where the public lies on this issue. That's extremely important. I'll just speak personally, is that when I came to this country, I came to a gay rights rally, and I was like, we need to do, let's do the chant, like, we're here, we're queer, get used to it. And somebody came up to me and they were like, listen, liberal institutions are beyond that point. You're living in the past. They're already used to the fact that we're queer. They're just trying to, we're in the next stage of the struggle. We've got to convince them it's not just that we're here, we're queer, and that we're used to it, but they can't use our identities to push, genocide and other things like that. Apparently we're not actually there, because this liberal institution is not only defending Dr. Tomasi, a far-right pseudoscientific professor advocating for the abolishment of transgenderism and advocating for hate against transgender students. Not only are they defending him, they are going after students using their First Amendment protected rights to protest against him. Honestly, following the policies of the university. It's disgraceful, and we need to make sure to expand our movement to focus our attention on Champlain College administration. A liberal institution supporting right now, during Trump's assault on transgender people, an anti-trans professor, is exactly the same thing as the Trump administration's attack on transgender people itself. So I've got somebody who maybe has a little bit of experience having dealt with this administration before, who can maybe give a little bit of context about what's happening today. Give it for Danny.
Wish this mic worked.
It helps him.
My name is Danella Homan. I'm a junior social work major with a psychology minor, and one of the many individuals that have been involved with all of this since October of last year. It is with an equally heavy and full heart that I stand before you all today to speak on the deep injustices happening within this institution, within this community, and within this world. My heart is heavy because this injustice and this pain runs deep. To discriminate against someone's identity, as this man, as this institution has done, is one of the hardest pains a person can carry. To be told that you are not real, as this man has done, and then to be ignored, silenced, and punished when trying to speak up on it, as this institution has done, is one of the heaviest loads to carry. David Tomasi was hired last semester. I was in his class when he chose to share his trans antagonistic ideals, when he chose to have a prove me wrong debate with his students, abusing his power dynamic as a professor. He chose this, and the institution defends it. They defend it in the guise of academic freedom, which does not apply to the situation. David Tomasi does not have a degree in women and gender studies, alongside his long list of bullshit degrees. From diploma mills, from online courses you can pay a couple dollars for. We could all be doctors if we did what David Tomasi has done. Academic freedom, as Champlain states, a professor should exercise caution when introducing controversial material into the subject. He is speaking outside of his area of expertise, and he did not introduce his ideals with care. We are here today because instead of accountability, this institution would rather defend the actions of a trans antagonist. We are here today because instead of transparency, this institution would rather hold secrecy of their processes and their policies. We are here today because instead of listening, this institution would rather sit the wrong people
That's right.
in a hearing room, asking them to admit wrongdoing when there was none. We are here today because instead of healing, this institution would rather continue harm. On December 8th of 2025, I sat in a room with Monique Taylor, the academic provost of this college, and said, "Do not invite this man back to teach. He will cause harm to the student body." And now we are standing here. And who's to say this will not happen again? Where's the policy change? Where's the transparency? Where's the rebuilding of trust in a community you annihilated your trust in? This is as much of a topic of morality and humanity as it is policy and systems. Champlain College has a choice to take a stance that supports trans students. This safe demonstration policy is bullshit. It's punitive. It's silencing. And it is a choice. And in the face of a federal government that refuses to support trans rights, that claims DEI is inherently racist, Champlain College has rolled over.
Yep.
I am tired of sitting in meetings with administration and hearing comparisons of what other colleges have done, who they have fired, who they haven't fired. Champlain College can be the example. And saying all of this, it is also with a full heart that I stand before this community that has gathered here today and the people who may not have been able to make it. It is loving and supportive to see you all here in the face of something so disgusting and wrong. We deserve change. Trans voices will never be silenced. Thank you.
Queer as in abolish ICE! 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 Okay, so I think that was very succinctly put. We know why we're here today and why they've brought 4 disciplinary cases against students using their democratic First Amendment, free speech rights. It's because it was a prospective students' day. It's because they were afraid that being honest about the administration's failure to address hate amongst its faculty was going to hurt their financial bottom line. So, are there folks here who are not students in Champlain College? Give me a woo. Okay, that's the community coming out to support students. Here's our task, is that after today, if this disciplinary hearing results in a suspension, expulsion, even a slap on the wrist, we are aware that the fear that that's coming from is from their bottom line being affected. So let's affect their bottom line. Let's make sure to project loudly what Champlain College is deciding to do, who they're deciding to punish, and who they're deciding to let have free reign over attacking trans students in our community. I'm going to bring one more speaker, and then I want to make sure that we get some chants going in our head to keep our energy up till the end. I want to make sure to support, just sort of keep it in your brain of like 3:30 is that last hearing, and we're after students have finished their hearing, I thought I saw something. They're going to come and talk about what they experienced. So if you could stay longer, if you have friends who couldn't come right now but can come later, invite them over. But for now, is Merrick here? Merrick, do you want to take the mic?
Thank you. Hi folks, my name is Merrick Broderick. I'm the Ward 8 Burlington City Councilor. I represent areas that include Champlain College. Solidarity with the folks that are currently being hauled in front of disciplinary. I just wanted to talk about how this is not new. This is not a new tactic by these liberal institutions. Especially here in Burlington, I would know firsthand 2 years ago, I was one of the many students at UVM hauled in front of the administration for exercising our First Amendment rights to assemble and to protest the genocide happening in Palestine, and UVM's complicity in that on bullshit charges. And we're seeing the exact same thing carry out right here. We've seen the exact same thing carried out across the country. This is just a fear tactic and nothing more. Their goal is to stop us from coming out. Their goal is to stop their students from fighting their systems that allow transphobic dirtbags to operate in their institutions, to scare us from protesting the University of Vermont on investments in the war industry. Take your pick. That's what their goal is, and what we showed with the UVM Palestine Solidarity encampment and with those instances of disciplinary hearings is that when the community comes out, both students and non-students alike, we are able to not just beat those charges, but also get the demands that we are seeking. So the message here is to not be afraid, to not take these threats as anything, and to just continue to come out, continue to be loud, and we will win because we are the people, we have the power, and we will win. So thank you. Solidarity.
We will not be quiet. Stonewall was a riot.
We will not be quiet. Stonewall was a riot. We will not be quiet. Stonewall was a riot. We will not be quiet. Stonewall was a riot.
We will not play nice. We're fighting for our lives.
We will not play nice. We're fighting for our lives. We will not play nice. We're fighting for our lives. We will not play nice. We're fighting for our lives. We will not be
Quiet. Stonewall was a riot.
We will not be quiet. Stonewall was a riot. We will not be quiet. Stonewall was a riot. We will not be quiet. Stonewall was a riot.
Okay, so when Simone comes out after her hearing, I think we're all interested to hear from her what she experienced in there. I'm also going to bring up some other folks to talk, but for now, I think let's just try to keep our energy up. Let's try to make sure the public understands why we're here. If they're honking, that's a great sign. I really want to applaud what Merrick said, is that the ability for students to speak out against oppression is kind of like one of the building blocks of us being able to actually fight back. So this is really everybody's issue. This is workers' issue. I'm one of the organizers planning for May Day, and it's like, if we can't win this, we're not going to win on May Day. So let's make sure to, again, feel free to get out your phone and text somebody to come over here. I'm really impressed with the community showing for this. But for now, project all of your energy outwards onto these cars until Simone gets here, yeah?
Thank you, Public TV. We are here and we came in support of our students first because they are the thermometer of the First Amendment rights. Here is another example where the government programs to silence us as people and as students, and the cooperation with universities in Champlain College, and similar to last year what happened in UVM. The students have all the right to speak up, and this is supposed to be the oasis, the protected geography for them to express their right. Here, us too, we are telling the students it's collective liberation if it is for LGBTQ students or Palestinian students who are struggling on campuses and have been attacked by authority and have been silenced, have been expelled and suspended from school. It comes all together that our liberation as collective liberation, especially between us Palestinian, the migrants, the immigrants, and the black students in particular, is very important, and we are under the test, and that's why I am standing here with our students.
My name's Ashley Smith. I'm part of the Tempest Collective and Vermont May Day Strong, and I'm here today because the Trump administration is on an all-out war on all of us, on all working class people, and the strategy to get away with this attack is to scapegoat people, especially immigrants, but also trans people, women, black people, people of color. It's a classic strategy of divide and conquer, and it's the moment where all of us have to stand up and resist this bigotry. And what is playing out at Champlain College is an example of exactly what not to do. The administration is defending a bigot who is opposed to trans rights, is opposed to the existence of trans people. This is nothing less than a murderous logic that wants to eliminate human beings. That must be opposed. Instead of doing that, the Champlain College administration is turning on the students protesting against such bigotry, hate, and contempt for their lives. And that's the wrong message to send today when the Trump administration is on this all-out attack. Instead, everybody should stand with the students at Champlain College, draw a line in the sand, and say this hatred and bigotry will not be tolerated. Because if they can do this to trans people, if they can do this to Palestinians, if they can do this to black people, if they can do this to immigrants, they will take all of us down one by one separately. We need to stand together, united in the face of class war and bigotry, and nothing less than the future of our democracy at stake. So stand with the students at Champlain College. They should not be punished. They should be celebrated as freedom fighters.
I come from Oklahoma, which is a very conservative state. A few years ago, I wrote a letter to the Oklahoma governor about an anti-trans bill that he had signed into law, and I was very angry about it, and that was before I even had transitioned. And now that I am 19 and I come to this school as to be able to be myself without fear of discrimination, without fear of bigotry, I find myself having to write another letter, angry, towards another institution, one that I thought I could trust and one that I thought that I would be safe for me. And I am just incredibly outraged and disappointed in my institution for allowing this terrible professor, this discriminatory person into our institution, and for putting disciplinary action onto these students for speaking their mind and speaking out against hatred.
I am here because of what my college professors have taught me, which is that if you allow public forums to close, if you don't allow the people to speak, especially the people who are affected by your decision making, it will lead to a complete and total loss of freedom. And I believe in the freedom of non-students and students alike. So, thank you.
We got your back.
Rose,
We got your back.
Spencer,
We got your back.
Simone,
We got your back.
Amina,
We got your back.
Rose,
We got your back.
Spencer,
We got your back.
Simone,
We got your back.
Amina,
We got your back.
Rose,
We got your back.
Spencer.
We got your back.
Okay, folks, it was pointed out to me that actually there is a call to action that we could action right now while we're waiting. I'm going to just go around to folks to show, but it would be really good to call the office of the president right now or send an email. If you want to send an email later, that's awesome. But I feel like right now is a good time. We could call them. Just leave a voicemail to President Hernandez, just maybe expunging what you feel right now as you're waiting for students to find out if they were suspended or expelled for using their first... I can't do that one. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, guys, right? Yeah. So I'm going to go around. If you also go to Trans Plus's Instagram, you can find it there. That's Trans Plus. Is it Trans Plus Vermont? Yeah, Trans Plus VT's Instagram. You can find it there. But I'll go around and show folks if they want to just look at the number.
Can you read out the number?
Yes, I can also read out the number. Here we go. Okay, chant it with me. It's gonna go 802
802
860
860
2734
2734
802
802
I'm talking 860
860
2734 That's President Hernandez.
President Hernandez.
Office hours 8:30 to 4:30 p.m.
At
at Freeman Hall.